traveling during the devastation of the pandemic has been complicated over the past 2 years and full of paperwork, stress, anxiety and testing. But as countries reopen borders, people are once again beginning to plan trips overseas. Anyone looking for inspiration could do worse than visiting the world's happiest countries. It's a win-win-win. Some of these have lifted COVID-related travel restrictions, making the voyage more hassle-free than ever. The UN's Sustainable Development Solutions Network has been trying to geographically locate the most happiness since it first published its annual World Happiness Report in 2012. The emphasis is on encouraging global development, whilst providing a useful benchmark on what makes happy people and a healthy society. The 2022 Happiness Report, the 10th, also looked at how governments had supported their populations before, during and since the pandemic, and concluded that the pandemic brought not only pain and suffering but also an increase in social support and benevolence. Its authors declare that as the top 20 list, ranked 20 to 11 respectively, listed France at number 20, then Belgium, the Czech Republic, the UK, the US, in 16th place, Canada, Germany, Ireland, Australia, and Austria. Incidentally, for anyone looking for hassle-free holidays with less paperwork, Ireland and the UK are currently completely open to travelers without any COVID-19 related travel restrictions. Here are the world's top 10 happiest nations with an overview of current COVID-19 travel restrictions in place as of mid-April 2022. New Zealand had one of the lowest death rates during COVID-19, and in 2019, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern introduced a Wellbeing Budget to spend money on mental health, child poverty and supporting the Māori and Pasifika populations. New Zealand is reopening its borders in 5 phases and will be completely open by October 2022 for people with visitor visas to enter, just in time for summer in the southern hemisphere. Israel has one of the lowest rates of diet-related deaths and during the pandemic, was one of the first countries to vaccinate the majority of its population. Conde Nast reported on how Israel completely reopened to international travelers, after a few false starts, on March 1, 2022, regardless of vaccine status, but there is still testing in place. From 6 May onwards, many flight routes are opening up or being reinstated, particularly from U.S. cities, such as that from American Airlines from Dallas/Fort Worth non-stop to Ben Gurion,